Nobody called you into HR. Nobody handed you a letter. Nobody used the word fired. Um, but something is happening. Your name stopped appearing on meeting invites. The project you built from scratch got handed to someone else. Your manager responds to your emails in one line. You are not being fired. You are being managed out. And the most dangerous thing about quiet firing is that it is designed to make you feel like you are imagining it. You are not. Quiet firing is not a single event. It is a coordinated pattern of small decisions, each one individually deniable, that collectively make your position so uncomfortable, so invisible, and so professionally suffocating, that the company expects you to do their dirty work for them and resign because resignation is cheaper than termination, cleaner than a PIP, safer than a redundancy, and significantly harder to challenge legally. When you resign, you walked away. That is the story they need. And quiet firing is the process of engineering the conditions that make walking away feel like the only option left. It usually starts subtly. A project reassigned, a meeting you were not invited to, feedback that is vague enough to be useless, but specific enough to feel like a warning, a manager who used to champion you, who now seems to have forgotten you exist. And because each individual signal is small, you second guess yourself. You work harder, you stay later, you try to re-earn visibility you should not have to earn in the first place. That is exactly what the process needs you to do. Because while you are busy proving yourself to a company that has already made a quiet decision, you are not updating your resume. You are not having conversations. You are not building your exit. You are burning energy inside a building that is slowly turning off the lights around you. Let's make the invisible visible. Here are the 7 signals that you are being quietly fired. Signal 1, say you are being starved of meaningful work. The interesting projects go elsewhere. Your scope gets quietly narrowed. You are busy, but you are not building anything. You're being kept occupied while being made irrelevant. Signal 2, you are excluded from key meetings and decisions. Not dramatically removed, just quietly not included. You find out about strategy shifts after they happen. You are no longer in the room where it matters. Signal 3, your manager has emotionally checked out of your career. The one-on-ones get shorter. The feedback gets vaguer. The advocacy that used to happen for you in rooms you were not in has stopped. Signal 4, promotions and opportunities consistently go elsewhere. You are told your time is coming. You are told to be patient. You watch less experienced colleagues move past you with explanations that never quite add up. Signal 5, you receive vague and useless feedback. Not actionable criticism, just enough ambiguity to make you feel uncertain, without giving you anything concrete to fix. This is intentional. Clear feedback produces improvement. Vague feedback produces self-doubt. Signal 6, your institutional access quietly shrinks. Fewer introductions, fewer cross-functional relationships. The informal network that powers real corporate advancement stops flowing through you. As Signal 7, the goalposts move every time you get close. As you deliver what was asked. The standard changes. You adapt. The standard changes again. You're not being assessed. You are being worn down. None of these signals alone is a smoking gun. Together, they are a coordinated exit strategy that has your name on it. The answer is not complicated. It is economic and legal. A termination costs money, severance, or legal risk, HR documentation, so potential claims. A resignation costs nothing. Quiet firing is the gap between those two outcomes. Most companies do not even formally decide to quietly fire someone. It is not a meeting with a memo. It is a series of small individual decisions made by managers who are each acting in their own interest. So, your manager stops advocating for you, because advocating for someone who leadership has cooled on is a political risk, dude. So they quietly disinvest. Not because they are evil, because they are protecting themselves. Oh, you are not fighting a decision. You are fighting a climate. Oh, step one, name it clearly to yourself. Stop explaining it away, T. Stop attributing it to a busy period, to a difficult restructure, or a manager having a hard quarter. Look at the full pattern across at least 60 to 90 days. If multiple signals from the list are present and consistent, you are being quietly fired. Naming it does not make it worse. It makes you strategically capable of responding to what is actually happening. Step 2. Stop performing loyalty to a process that is designed to exhaust you. Working harder to re-earn invisible visibility is exactly what the process needs you to do. Every extra hour you spend trying to prove yourself inside a system that has quietly written you off is an hour not spent building your exit. Redirect that energy immediately. Step 3. Make your value visible on the record. Update your LinkedIn. Make your outputs public where possible. Reconnect with your professional network. You are not just building an escape route. You are reminding yourself in the market of what you are actually worth, independent of one organization's quiet political calculation. Step 4. Have the direct conversation, once, and on the record. Request a formal conversation with your manager. Ask directly, what does progression look like for me here in the next 12 months? What specifically do I need to demonstrate? Ask for the answer in writing. This conversation does two things. It forces a moment of institutional honesty that the quiet firing process relies on never having, and it creates a documented record of either a genuine answer or a conspicuously vague one. Both are useful information. Step 5. Build your exit with the same energy you gave their system. You are not leaving because you failed. You are leaving because you correctly identified a system that had decided your departure was in its interest, and you chose to make that departure on your terms rather than theirs. Yeah. Quiet firing only works when you do not see it. The moment you can name the pattern, the power dynamic shifts. You are no longer a confused professional trying to re-earn a room that has already decided. You are a clear-eyed professional deciding how and when to leave on your own terms. They were counting on your confusion. See, they were counting on your loyalty. They were counting on you working harder and harder inside a machine. That was quietly dismantling your position while you looked the other way. Or stop looking the other way. See the pattern. Name it. And build the exit before they finish engineering it for you. If this gave you clarity on something you have been trying to make sense of, subscribe and share this with someone who needs to hear it today. I will see you in the next one.